World of generative AI images has been incredible in 2023. 3 months ago, Ideogram was the first AI tool to create images with text, and a month after, Dalle-3 was launched and even had more amazing results. And we were like, Midjourney, when would this happen? And today, Midjourney launched version 6 called Alpha, and it can finally create text with images, and the result has been amazing and quite interesting. So in this video, we'll be testing a couple of different prompts in relation to AI e-commerce business as well as side hustles, and see how Midjourney holds up against all these tools I've just mentioned. Let's get started. For our test today, we'll be looking at 5 major examples, but before we get started, I'd just like to create a new text channel that we use for this test. I'll just click on create channel. Once you come into your Discord account, I'll just call it MJ V6. I'll say tests because we just want to test a couple of things, and I'll say create channel. And now we're going to have blank channel where we'll be testing some of the prompts that I have put together. Before you start testing any prompt, we're going to check what the settings are. So you click on slash and then settings and hit enter. And once you do that, here you could see I've already switched to a Midjourney model V6 alpha because I was testing it out. This is 5.2, the old one. Just switch this to V6. And then you could choose any of your stylization. I just left it as it is, and you just click on dismiss settings. We are good to go. For the first example we'll be looking at stickers. So in terms of stickers, we'll just click here slash, then imagine. I'm going to paste this prompt. Some of these prompts I'll be testing today, I'll leave them in the description box or in the pinned comment. Here I have 2D vector art vibrant sticker of a cartoon cute dinosaur with the text T-Rex curved at the top, isolated on a white background. So you don't need to put in V6 anymore if you already set as V6, because this is coming from my notes. You put in slash. So I noticed that stylization 250 tends to be the sweet spot. You could choose to try different stylization, hit enter, and once we hit enter, we wait for it to generate the image. So this is done. So let's just click on it to enlarge. You could see here that for each of the images, you could see that it gave the sticker effect, and you could see that it got the text really well. So this is T-Rex, and you could see for each of it, it got the image really well, and the image seems to be more rich. So this is really cute. So you could always click on, for example, we like number 2, we could always upscale 2 just to see how the image is, and you could see how clear this text is. This is just a first trial, and you could see that it didn't make any mistakes. When I was testing it, I noticed that sometimes you need to do multiple iterations for you to be able to get the text to write properly. So what you could always do is just to click on your reroll button, and then a new set is going to be generated until you get your text right. But it got this text right immediately. Another one that we'll be testing for stickers before we move to another example is a sticker of a lemon character. And in that lemon character, so we just say imagine. So we say sticker of a cartoon cute lemon character dancing, wearing sunglasses and a Christmas hat. And this time around, we want a text that says Merry Christmas. And let's see what happens. I will just hit enter, and then we wait for it to generate as well. So this is done generating. So this is what I was trying to explain earlier. So you could see that sometimes it gets the character right, but the text is muffled. So here you could see it got the Christmas, but the Merry is not there. Here it said Merry Christmas, but it's written here. We wanted it to be somewhere at the top. So you could always re-roll or choose any of the images you like, how the aesthetics look like, and then you could click on different versions and it will make another set of 4 images for you. But I just wanted to just re-roll and see if we could get something way better. So in this new set of images, the only one that seems to have a clear text is Merry Christmas, this particular image, but the general images seem to be quite good in terms of the quality. But just to show you an example of the one I've generated earlier, You could see Merry Christmas, and it gave that sticker all around, and I generated a couple of those that looked really good as well. So you could just try this couple of times and see what works for you. The next set of prompts that we'll be looking at, apart from stickers, is designs for print on demand. So designs you could use on things like t-shirts, mugs, tote bags, and the likes. So the first one we'll be looking at is a character that I generated. So here you can see this is a 2D flagged vector design featuring a cute dog character with a chef's hat, happily stirring a pot of spaghetti, isolated on a white background, pixel style, with the text yummy on top. And as you can see, this is amazing. The text is just straight up. It didn't even give any issues at all. And like I said, you could always look at the different things and see what works for you. And anyone that doesn't work, then you could re-roll it. Another one that I generated, this looks really nice as it is. So this is another one that I generated. This also looks good, but the thing is that you could see how the text here is muffled up. It didn't spell it correctly, but you could always take this out to a different tool to make the corrections, which I'll be showing you in this video. So the next one that I also created would be another 2D vector graphic. So this time around is a lemon character with a sunglasses happily riding a luxurious car, isolated on a white background, pixel style again, with the text heading to 2024 on top. And as you could see, it generated this quite well. Even the plate of the car, this is really cute. The plate of the car is 2024 heading to 2024. And as you could see, you could always take this image out to somewhere else to make changes as you deem fit. This is some that I created. Let me show you another one that I created as well. You could see that these images are really stunning. So you could always pick up the prompts and also test for yourself. The next set of examples that I'll be showing would be coloring books, because I wanted to see specifically if you could add text, because some coloring books I've seen so far on places like Amazon and Etsy sometimes infuse letters, so people could always also color the letters in addition to the images. So let's look at the image I generated for coloring books. So here I said coloring page for kids, cute bowl with the word bowl featured prominently, because I tried to just say with the word bull and it doesn't add it. I don't know whether it's because of it's a coloring book, but when I said featured prominently, I started having the letters within the coloring book. You could see cartoon style, no detail, no shading, black and white. The bull itself, it's pretty damn good for a coloring book, but in terms of the bowl, you could see this has a black shading. So I will show you how you could easily remove this in the video. So these are very simple that you could try for multiple examples when it comes to coloring books. Now I decided to try something a little bit different. Now the next thing I was trying was to see how the text can play in things like product packages and logos. I decided to create a realistic stand-up pot product photo mockup for basically a vegetable package with the words Zini Vegs. And I also used the word featured prominently. As you could see, everything here seemed to be a bit cohesive. You could see that the word Zini veggies also came out correctly, but here there's a bit of a gibberish that was generated here, but you could always remove this from any tool. But you could see that these wordings came out really right. Some didn't come out so well. So you could see here he added more, but generally it came out. So here it also did a good job, but here you could see that the images are muffled up. But the first one I showed in terms of the packages came out really well. I also tried to do things like beverage containers just to see how it's going to play up with that. And let me show you one. This looks stunning. You just put the word Zini here. Here I have beverage packaging design, A-side trend style, premium fill product short, and I used couple of details here and said with the words zini, and as you can see how this came out very realistic, and this is really good. The next one that I tested as well is, apart from product packaging, would be if you want to create characters for your children's storybook and you want those characters to have some form of text to it. Now let's see how Midjourney plays or generates those kind of characters. So this is the one I generated. So I generated a random character forward, but I just made specific that it speaks while holding a board with the text fearless. And as you can see, it generated the word fearless seamlessly. But here he added some other words. Like I said, you could always remove this, but you could see that this came out really well. And if you do multiple iterations, you could get this to look exactly like you want it to be. But now that I've looked at multiple of examples that I've created and I also wanted to share, how do you make changes to some of these texts in case they don't look right? So I'll be showing you two options. The first option I'll be showing you is for things like the coloring book that I showed earlier, and how can you make changes? You can make changes in a couple of tools, but I'll be using Canva for this. I'll go to Canva and I'll choose any size because I'm going to show you how to make changes. And I've already uploaded the image for the bowl, so I'll just click on it here. Here in Canva, what you could do if you want to make changes to this, you could always go to edit photo and use grab text. Once you click on grab text, Canva is going to try to grab this text, and if this font specifically exists within Canva, it's going to maintain that font. If not, it's going to change it to that it feels that is closer to that font. So as you can see, change it to another font. So you could choose to click and drag it up as you deem fit. And here, for instance, if you know the exact font you want, you could always go back here and change the font. So let me change it to Anton, for instance. So for the effects, I'll just give it a bit of line spacing. Assuming I want this to be colored, what you could also do is you could go to effects and come in here and use hollow. Once you click on it, it gives it this black edge, and you could also you reduce the thickness or increase the thickness depending on what you want. So you could increase this, and you could choose to make it bend or not bend, and then you could arrange it properly for your coloring book and people could color this. So this is an example of how to modify the text that's been generated within Midjourney. Another option that you could do is, let me just click on an empty space, is for instance, for images that you use on things like print on demand product like t-shirts, most of the time you need them to be vectorized, but I'll show you how to do that. But what if I have to make changes? For instance, so this is one of the images I have here. Here, when you look at the click number, you could see that it's 2024 plus 2. What if I want to make changes to it? So I'll just click again on the image and then go to edit photo, and I'm going to grab text this time around. Then in grabbing of the text, it's going to highlight all the text within this image, and then we make those changes. So here we could leave the 2024 as it is, but here you could see, you could just double click on it and type 2024, and you could go ahead and choose a different font. So I could use this or use any one that suits what I'm looking for. Make it bold, then increase it just a little bit. And then for the heading, you could choose to move it around, then twist it if this is what you want. And then from here, you could go ahead and download it. So I'm going to download this, and then we'll show you how to vectorize this type of image in case you want to use it for your print on demand product. So I'll just go ahead and click on share and then go to download. I'll use the PNG. I'll leave the size as it is, just as a form of test. Go to the images. I'm just going to choose page 2 because that's what I want to download. Click on done and then click on download. It's going to download this to my computer. And once it's done downloading, just go to vectorizer.ai. This particular tool is free to use, so you don't need to pay for it. You could just drag the image here, or you could click and then select. So let me just select the one I just downloaded, and it's going to upload. Here it's asking that is the aspect ratio is bigger. I could crop it a little bit. just for this example. And then it's going to upload and then process. Then I'll show you a couple of things that you could do in terms of making it better when you're downloading it. Okay, this is done the uploading. If you zoom in, you could see that this is Clara. This is the image and this is the vector. This is Clara. To download this, what you could do is click here that says download. In terms of the settings, so there's some couple of settings if you want it to look really good, is you could click on flip overflow, non-scaling stroke, make sure that the group is none, and then make sure you choose stack shapes on top of each other. In terms of those SVG, you could also choose 1.1 or any SVG that you deem fit, and I'm going to use SVG 1.1, and you could go ahead and download that specific image and then use it in subsequent tools or use it for your print on demand. To be honest, I'm quite impressed with the new update made to Midjourney. That's when it comes to version 6. I believe that the quality of the image is way better than what we had before, as well as, the addition of text, which is basically a game changer for Midjourney. So let me know what your thought is in the comment section. What do you think about the new text added to Midjourney, and what areas are you planning to use it within your workflow? Also, let me know what you think about the new avatar for the channel, giving her a test run today. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do so. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on your bell notification to know when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.